Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is 2 Show coming back for the third time. Hopefully this goes through. Just want to apologize. My OBS deleted itself. I had it in the wrong format. So many things went wrong, but we're coming back. Let's hope this goes through. Anyways, guys, let's cue that intro. Alright, so anyways, the Priest Blessing event is done. And just for those of you who haven't completed it, you should have at least a day, hopefully, to complete it by the time this goes up. But for those of you who have no idea what it is, this is it. You obtain these points by summoning Priest, having them fused, all this and that, and this is what you're going for. If you can push it, I would definitely recommend it. It's free. These artifacts are great. And since, my system crashed last time, I'm just going to tell you, I got 2 Magic Stone Swords. I got one on this account, one on the other. And on the Baby Junior, I just didn't have enough to complete it. But we'll check it out right here. I put it on Tara. And right now he's rocking attack, HP, and holy damage. And it seems to be doing really good. The damage reduce helps him live, and the control immune makes sure that he does what he needs to best. So, I figured since we got that, we might as well test him out in Interdimensional Arena. There's only 24 hours left, and by the time this goes up, it might be over. But you can always reference this for, free team up, or really this next time. Because, it'll be back in a week, more than likely. I don't remember the time. But anyways, what I do is I check every team before going into it. For example, I noticed that this dude's second, third were super weak. And at this point, I have 5 teams to choose from. Those 2 are pretty much, guarantees victory. So I just kind of make sure that I have 3 strong teams. And then, I have 4 monsters somewhat leveled up. I'm working on the 4th. The 3rd one is kind of, it's almost there. But just having, a little bit stronger monsters help, even if it's not on a super good team. It can really make or break it, so just remember that. And again, you don't have to win all these, you just have to win a majority. And this technique works whenever there's 3 teams. 5 teams, I find it to be a lot easier because most of the people that I get paired up with are not super strong. Like, this is one of my weaker of the 3 teams, and they normally do really well. And just having good support heroes across the board is really good. And if I'm not too confident that, the weaker team could win, and they have 3 somewhat decent teams, then, I'll put this team, not that team, but the weakest team of mine up against the weakest of theirs. So on and so forth. I do like to test out the teams occasionally, just to see how they'd stack up. But if you're just going for points and you just want to climb, you want to play it as safe as you can all the time. Like, for example, they just have 1 E5 hero. You might want to attack that, depending on what your teams are looking like. But still, I can get 5 clears almost every day just by doing this. Sometimes you will get paired up on some super tough opponents, and the mysterious opponent is, one to be careful of, depending on the ranks that you're at. Collect your resources as always. As you can see, I'm not super high on the ranks, but, oh, okay, there we go. So, for this, it really depends on their rank. So I check they're in the same rank as me, which means they'll have 5 teams. They were pretty high level, but what I like to do is lead off one of my strongest teams in second place. Almost every time. Most people start off with their super strong team in slot 1, or they have all level 1s. So I just like to have, you know, a team that either gets destroyed or does a little bit of damage. The rest of that kind of depends. I like, you know, a stronger team in lineup 3 just in case. And then, you know, it depends. If you want to go 4 or 5, feel free to. 5 is normally a weak team as well. But as you can see here, I guess team 1, their team is kind of the same as mine. You know, they just have a lot of low-level guys. We didn't win, and that's sad. We might lose this one, you know, but it is how it is. And then number 2, we'll see what their team is. Again, this doesn't work a lot of the time. Okay, so this looks like we can do this for sure. They have a somewhat decent team. I mean, Carry's pretty neat. They have maxed out Tara. And then Asmo, E5 as well. Wow, Tara just nuked. But again, I still have faith. Okay. So, yeah, we should win this one. But again, you just kind of have to think, you know, what would I do in this situation? What is my team normally looking like? But if they're like actively playing, they might swap their team around. I know I do that all the time. But again, climbing this as far as you can really is a good way to maximize these rewards that we're about to get or have gotten. For you guys, it might be in the past. But like, you know, if you climb up, you can get 3,000 gems. Awesome. You can get like 4 or 5-star heroes, which isn't bad. Okay, this looks like we're going to lose. Garuda sweeps most of my teams. They have, actually, this is a full E5 team. So, totally lost this one. We only have 1 win under our belt, and we're about to lose this. So, there's not much point in watching. But again, I'm just doing what I normally do. Okay, somehow... Oh, he didn't have a team for the last 2. Okay, we got lucky. That shouldn't have really counted, but it did. But anyways, moving back here, you know, Penny at E3, that's a pretty weak team. And the teams that don't have anything, like a full aura boost, like 3 and 5, that's a lot of stats that they're losing. So again, if it was me, I would go 3, 4, 5, but I know that that team can take out the first one for sure. And, you know, Carry can just disrupt games sometimes. So, don't really want to risk that. I mean, even their 4th slot isn't that good. With just 1 E5 Ada, again, we could throw ours in there with a supporting team and help her out. Just gotta double check that. Yeah, I mean, their last team, nothing. 3rd team, it really only has Carry. Their 2nd team is the only one that's like an actual team that I would say. So if you think about it that way, you have 4 chances to work around that. Just put your worst team in the slot that is their best team. Again, unless if you want to actually test this, I'm just saying easy ways to climb. Like that, easy fight, kind of off the floor. And most of the time, level doesn't determine anything. Because if they're a super high spender, well then, you know, there's always the possibility that they have a lot better heroes. Seeing the server that they're on can help, but again, don't try to overthink it. Most of the time, I never run out of arena tokens. I think I have like 700 left. Carry has like dodged all of our attacks. Dodged that one too. And that one just straight up did 0 damage to her. Very, very unfortunate. But again, you know, just think about it how you would running anything. And again, this goes for Free Team Up Arena as well. But see, now it's basically a shoe-in. Like, we already won this one. So, again, that's all that I would do. And then you can even check any of the teams. If you don't think you're going to win and you want to climb, then just play it safe and just don't even fight them. So anyways, I hope that helps. Just kind of seeing how I would do it. Maybe you guys do it the same. We didn't really get any much points, but still, we're not going to break that rank. But even checking this dude, slot 1, horrible team. Slot 5, pretty bad team as well. And I guess slot 4 wouldn't be a bad team. I mean, we could probably beat that one as well. Oh, these are great. Whenever they just have, like, his, second, third. Not fantastic. I guess this dude's top is great. His fourth, not too bad. But, like, his last one, pretty easy as well. We could probably beat that. And even some of these guys I've noticed, like this, slot 2, slot 3, horrible. You could put anything in there and beat them. So you really only have to beat one more of these teams. But anyways, guys, that is it. That's really all I wanted to cover. Hope it helps. And one last note, me and a guildie are trying to start our own Discord for the YouTube channel. We'll discuss more about that later. But if you guys are interested, please let me know down below. Should be up soon. But anyways, I just want to leave it at that. Hope you guys all have a good one. And this has been 2 Point Show. Thanks. And I will catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.